Yo, going pro in Fortnite is absolutely hard. Yeah, I'm serious. There are so many way easier options to earn the money or status you want, and as a matter of fact, there is only a small amount of players who make it to the top eventually. Though, this should not stop you from giving your best you possibly can every single day to eventually live your dream as a professional Fortnite player. As I've competed for over 3 years, day in and day out, I have gained a lot of knowledge and experience, and in this video I will tell you my 3 most valuable lessons I have learned in this period. I do not want to charge you for this, I want to give it completely for free. The only thing I want from you is your close attention. But if you can't stay on this video for these few minutes without clicking off, I've got some news for you. You're probably not gonna make it. Let's not waste any more time, but get straight into the first point. The first thing you need to nail if you want to be successful as a competitive Fortnite player are your mechanics. Okay. Wait, I know you've heard this over 1 million times from basically everyone. I get it. You know how to practice your mechanics and you know what kind of level they should reach at the end of the day. But wait, there is something weird, right? Aren't your mechanics already as good as the pros ones? Congratulations, bro. You're right. Seriously, the difference between your mechanics and the pros ones often differs only in the slightest. I mean, if you would have bad mechanics, you would recognize it, so go practice. I actually have a lot of great videos. Anyways, isn't it strange that even if you practice your mechanics daily by copying the same warm-up routines than the pros do, you still stay shit? And here is the thing. The speed or consistency of your aim, building or editing skills doesn't matter at the grand scheme of things. It is all about your style. Let me explain. Probably every one of you might have heard of a unique playstyle. Whether it is Thomas HD with his godlike aim or Peterbot with his flashy mechanics, everyone, yes everyone, has a specific way to play Fortnite. Even you. Therefore, the skill is not to figure out how to practice your mechanics by copying moves of the pros. They will do it better at any given time anyways, it is their move, but to figure out appropriate moves which match with your playstyle. And luckily, I can help you with that. As this is different from individual to individual, you have to figure out your own strengths and weaknesses first and come up with ideas how you can max out your mechanical potential. A bonus tip, do not care about other opinions. I have always had a very unique playstyle and most of the people I played with called me shit for it, even if they have achieved far less than I did achievement wise. This even went to the extent that I thought about changing my playstyle, which I am happy that I didn't do at the end of the day. Focus on how to actually become a better player instead of what others tell you to do. The second thing is something I always knew was a thing, but only helped me when I really took it seriously. I remember one peak in my career where I've taken advantage of this strategy, which led to huge progress and godlike placements. But before letting you wait any longer, I need to tell you what the strategy on itself is. VOD reviewing. And I know what you think now. Bruh, no way he has just made such a hype for this boring task. And maybe you are right. Over the time I was competing, I met a lot of people who didn't VOD at all, who still placed better than I did. However, it made wonder for me, and if you still think that it is not worth, you're probably doing it wrong and should therefore pay rapt attention to what I tell you now. The beauty behind VOD reviewing is that you can learn from your mistakes in the quickest, most efficient and most detailed way possible. The problem you might have is that you watch your games, forget what you have done wrong in the following 5 minutes and start complaining that VODing is not worth it. Though as soon as you really start to write down your mistakes, and this is important as well, think instantly about what you could have done better in the situation, you will recognize improvement within days. At least it did for me. Come back to this video and let me know in the comments what it has changed for you so others might be inspired. Okay, and now before I start with the third tip, I have to tell you something you probably do not want to hear. You are a gamer and you are not going anywhere if you continue with this mentality. Yep, I said it. And this might hurt. So now you might complain. Spinex, what do you mean I'm a gamer? I'm grinding 5 hours a day. Pussy! You're a complete and utter pussy. Everyone is grinding 5 hours a day because it's easy. If you want to continue this way, then continue complaining. Continue practicing the same way you have always practiced, or shut up now. Turn off your ADHD, turn on your brain and start thinking. My friend, why do you think professional Fortnite players are so much better than you are? Is it mechanics? No. Is it their setup? No. Is it their game sense? No. It is simply the fact that you are a gamer and they are an athlete. No more words needed, basically. But this is where the struggle actually starts, because turning from a gamer into a competitive athlete is harder than cranking some 90s and playing 1 hour Kovacs per day. As you see, this normal advice hasn't made any difference for you, or are you a pro now? Probably not. Therefore, the essential and utmost important lesson of this video, you can forget anything I've just told you before. Just remember, this is to become a competitor and leave your old gamer side behind you. How do you do that? Well, I think we start with your mindset, as this is the area I see most people get wrong. The difference between a pro's mindset and yours is that they actually think they could win. Because they do it. And you do not think that you could, because in your inner, deepest core, you know that you're still a beginner and have no chance when it comes to a fight against them, even if you're actually better than a beginner. How you fix it? Just pretend to have a chance. That you're a good player, that you can win against them, and that you're worth winning. I mean, you're just a normal human being, as every other Fortnite player is as well. The only difference is the way you and the pro think, and the way you and a pro practice. But as you are probably practicing quite a lot, the latter is unimportant. And it actually is less important than your mentality. Stop putting someone on a pedestal and you will be up there for someone else soon. Another thing which separates you from a pro is the way you deal with defeat. Pros do rarely complain about anything but their own if they die in a cash card game or basically any game. Why? By taking care of being responsible for everything they do, they become super accountable to what they do wrong. Let me repeat the sentence. By taking care of being responsible for everything they do, they become super accountable to what they do wrong. Let's take this example. You're rotating in the first moving and you are stuck on one layer. Suddenly your mate gets beamed for 100 HP and you have to box up. But unluckily, in this exact moment, you as the IGL get lobby focused and you both die as the whole lobby is spraying you. What would be your response? Do not lie. Probably you would blame luck for getting lobbied in this exact situation, or in worst case you would blame your mate for being unaware that there is a team sneaking up behind. In any of those two cases, your approach to review the situation is wrong and doesn't bring any growth to you as a player. From the perspective of a pro, the observation would have been very different. First, they would discuss if the timing of the rotation was good or bad. Second, they might consider taking another layer next time when rotating in this zone. Or third, they think about another direction to rotate as their side was very contested this time. You see, there are always more possibilities to approach a rotation and none is for sure the correct one. However, by blaming someone else except from your own ability to think will never lead you anywhere, as you are going into the next game with exact no improvement. Probably even a worse mentality as you have just died unluckily. As you see, this video is a bit different than the ordinary how to go pro videos. Now though, it is on you whether you decide to stick to your old principles of practicing and dealing with failure, or you adapt this just new learned way of competing and change your future career for the better eventually. And yeah, I know that this is not an easy way to go through, as I went through it my own. As I could only cover a tiny fraction of what it actually takes you to go pro, I have started a coaching program in which I try my absolute best to help you having an easier path on your way up to the top by giving you answers to any questions you have. When I was competing, I always wished to ask someone better, to learn from their mistakes and establish their mindset. And if you feel so too, I would warmly recommend you to check out such a one-on-one coaching session. It is actually a 70% sale right now for the next 13 days. And if you do not want to miss this, check out the first link in the description and I will see you there. Enjoy your day if you're a pussy. Peace out, bro.